The question is that this bill be now agreed to in principle. I call the member for Coogee.
Thank you, Madam Temporary Speaker. I'm pleased to speak, very pleased to speak in support of the Heritage Act Amendment Bill 2011. I'd first like to commend the Minister for bringing this before the House. My interest in the heritage of Coogee and Randwick was largely responsible for me getting into politics, so this is an act which is dear to my heart. It's something that strengthens heritage conservation through improved efficiencies, reduced delays in listing new heritage items, and increased transparency in decision-making. The bill is a key part of implementing the government's election commitments on heritage. The government has already acted on some of these commitments by creating a Minister for Heritage, and separating heritage from the planning portfolio has given an independent voice for heritage in Cabinet. I've always believed that planning being in control of heritage was like Dracula in control of the blood bank. So I'm very pleased to see that we have a separate ministry for it. Listing is the main way that we have of protecting New South Wales heritage places. There are some 25,000 items listed at a local level, that is by councils via their local environmental plans, and some 1,600 on the State Heritage Register. It is these state significant heritage places, buildings, works, relics, objects and precincts, New South Wales' most important heritage assets, which are protected through the Heritage Act. The government believes that the State Heritage Register should continue to be expanded to be representative of the state's most important heritage assets. It's important that these items of demonstrated significance to the state be protected in an efficient manner. The New South Wales Heritage Council is the body that provides independent and objective advice to the Minister for Heritage on matters concerning the state's heritage, including new listings. This bill reduces the number of members on the Heritage Council to 9. However, it's important that the Heritage Council continues to provide expert advice through the presence of skills-based members in areas such as history, Aboriginal heritage and cultural landscape. The 6 experts appointed by the Minister will be retained. It's also important that the views of the community are represented, and the National Trust will continue to be represented. The reduction in numbers will be achieved by a reduction in ex officio members from 3 to 1, the Director-General of the Department of Planning and Infrastructure. But most importantly, this bill is intended to increase the transparency and timeliness in the decision-making process. There are already time limits for various stages of the listing process under the Act. These include the time between the Heritage Council resolving to consider listing an item and publicly advertising it, the time between the end of advertising and the Heritage Council's recommendation decision, and the time a minister may take to make a decision. So to further improve the timeliness of new listings on the State Heritage Register, this bill creates an additional time frame. Recommendations from the Heritage Council regarding listings will need to be provided to the Minister within 14 days of the decision being made. The previous government misused ministerial advisory panels to obfuscate and delay ministerial decisions regarding listings. This bill abolishes the use of ministerial advisory panels. The Minister must make her decision based on the Heritage Council's recommendation or request a review from the Planning and Assessment Commission through a separate, transparent process. This bill amends the Heritage Act 1977 to require the publication on the internet of the Heritage Council's recommendations to the Department of Planning and Infrastructure regarding state significant development affecting state significant heritage matters, as well as the publication of the Minister's reasons for any listing, whether it is with the assistance of the PAC review or not. This bill will strengthen the heritage conservation through improved efficiencies, reduced delays in listing new heritage items and increased transparency of decision-making. In doing so, it is going to help conserve our state's precious heritage, and I commend the bill to the House.